We're live, pal.
All right,
We're back.
everybody, welcome back to the Dirty 20s D&D nights here on YouTube, Twitch, and whatever other social media streaming sites that they are using.
I think I'm live on my Twitter.
You're live on what?
I think I'm live on Twitter, too.
All right, live on Twitter, live on MySpace, LiveJournal, and
OnlyFans.
All any other dying I wish.
We really need to open up that OnlyFans.
I believe it's been about
buddy,
a month.
we tried. I just deleted two dicks and a hot chick today.
Oh God.
R.I.P. R.I.P. to great failed content ideas.
Tony's over there like, time. No, we are not doing an OnlyFans. We are not doing an OnlyFans.
Anyway.
Last time we played, everybody was dealing with being in the time loop and the world being changed around them by Haster. You guys are the only ones that are aware of what was going on, and the changes, which make it even more frustrating. Going through everything, you ended up kind of out on the street again, getting killed again, just to be reawoken, or just to kind of wake back up. And I don't remember anything else. I mean, obviously there was a lot of conversation and such in between, but
sorry. Tony and I just realized we were both eating a wrap.
Did you both while looking at the camera take a bite and then go?
Literally.
No, I was gonna say, did you do the Michael Caine, Christian Bale? Like,
it is recorded. Yeah.
So with that being said, once again, you all wake up, and the floor of this bar.
Serious recap needed. Oh yeah, shit. Do that.
What do you fellas do, and ladies? Oh, that was the other thing. You also had a conversation with Haster as he once again tried offering you like an out from everything for your unborn child's life.
Oh.
You chose against it. And then, like, everything else happened. All hell broke loose, blah, 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 blah. And now we find ourselves where we are. Once again, waking up on the floor. Bill Murray, day 3.
So just because it's been a minute. So we've got the Dragonlance now.
You have the Dragonlance.
What was our ultimate goal to do with that?
As far as you knew, it was something that was being searched for by Lord Soth and the evil forces on the planet.
Okay. And
you were under the assumption it was also being searched for by Haster.
Okay. And those dragons in the town, I know that they were looking for us. Have they found us? I really don't remember.
They keep finding you. They're drawn to something, some form of energy or aura amongst the group.
And we're a little further beyond having just come back from the past, right? Like, we've already come in. I remember that what's his name's brother ran off because he's all pissed that his brother didn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty much just at that point.
To the extent of that's where you got in the last time, because you went through the day.
Okay. So now it's a new day. We're just trying to figure out what we're going to do now.
Well, it's in a sense the same day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
It's a new same day.
It's
If I
a new
remember
day.
correctly, because I was looking at some of my notes here, it looks like I had already kind of not figured out, but from the way that Caramon was talking, it seemed like it was a timeline that's altered,
Yes.
and that's what I would think. I think I was telling the group, but I don't remember.
That's what
Or-
happened when you guys, because you guys had been killed by the dragons once, and you reawoke and then you noticed that there were changes.
Yeah.
Like it was no longer a dwarf that owned the place. It was just a regular guy. Nobody else understood. Like nobody from the other party understood like what was happening. Like their last memories were of, coming through the portals. So you've kind of gotten to the point of understanding that this moment, this point where you wake up is the catalyst point. If something were to happen as of right now, like if you were all to die, it seems as if this is the point in which you get brought back to. And anything before this that you are a part of with them, they will remember, but they also any changes, they will remember the changes and not not what happened, what it was like when you first got here. And you won't understand the changes because it's,
Can I do just a perception check to see if the dragons are still knocking at the proverbial door?
Go ahead.
All right, it's been a minute. I got plus 11.
Can we sidetrack and rob a Brinks truck? Come on, that's fun.
You want to get tickets to WrestleMania too?
Yeah, and go give them to. I think her name is Laura, and the guy she's with.
I rolled a
Maybe.
23, by the way.
What was that?
I rolled a 23, by the way.
All right. So as you sit up and you're looking around and you're listening. You don't hear anything, but that's not as odd to you as the fact that you notice that there is nobody else in this bar other than you, all of you.
Just the main party, not the other dudes?
Nope. In fact, as you wake up, this place appears as if it hasn't been opened or populated in years.
Wait, you're saying the original party, us, or
Yeah, you guys are the only ones there.
So all the other guys are
but
gone.
how did I have a conversation with Caramon?
You had it in a previously altered form of this world.
The dragons killed us.
But I thought that's because that's where it says we were left off. We found out that it was a time loop, but the Caramon was
Yeah.
there, and that's
Caramon was when you woke up. In this world, Caramon's not here.
so we went to another world.
Things have been all. Remember, Haster. Sorry, I should have said this. Haster kind of explained to you that he is because he's done with you in this world. He is going back and making changes because of his ability to travel much easier than yours. And he has been making changes to the past, and the world is correcting itself to match its new form based on that.
He's
So-
fed up with this world.
So the Dragonlance group is not with us anymore.
Nope, they're not here.
But we
Hello,
still
Mark. What was that, Kevin?
but we still have the Dragonlance?
Yes.
Okay.
It's tearing him apart.
It's tearing me apart, Lisa. I'm fed up with this world.
Oh hi, hi, Mark.
Somebody needs to have a football.
Since I guess we kind of noticed that there's a time loop, can I maybe is there a way that I can scan everyone for an energy? Something?
Can you what?
Like scan the group for like an energy or something?
Do
Like-
you have anything that senses magic or energy in
Arcana.
that sense?
Maybe Arcana?
If you want to give me an Arcana check by itself, that's going to be a high roll. But yeah,
Okay.
if you want to give me an Arcana check, go ahead.
That is what's that? 13. 22?
22. Part of me was kind of hoping you rolled a nat 20 because the description would have been a lot funnier. On a 22, you're looking around like you're scanning the world around you, and the only things that are making sense to you as to what could possibly have enough magical power potentially to do this. You see in Fatu, where are you keeping the Dragonlance?
In one of my bags of holding.
Him and 3 of his friends.
All right. The bag of holding that you know to have the Dragonlance in it catches your eye. Your staff and the equipment you have on you catches your eye. And surprisingly enough, Enophine. Like, as you're scanning everybody in the room and everybody's gear and everything going on, those 3 things stand out to you the most.
Okay. So then I call over Chiron and I'm like, hey, come with me real quick.
All right, what are we doing?
And we walk up to Fatu and Enophine, and then I'm like, hey, Enophine, do you mind if I just try to maybe kind of communicate with your baby? And I have
Looking at
Chiron here just to be sure that nothing happens to her. If anything happens, then like
Yeah.
I don't know, heal her. Or something.
Chiron immediately looks at you like, what the fuck are you gonna do here, fella?
I don't know. I'm gonna see. Hopefully, me trying to link up mentally with this baby, it doesn't hurt her, and if you can heal her immediately if something happens. That's why.
She says
He's,
sure.
he's going full Twilight.
She says sure, go for it.
So I go ahead and I use that. I'm trying to see if I can communicate with the baby.
Or are you using your
The tech-
helm of
the tech-
telepathy?
Detect thoughts on the baby.
Okay, this is weird. This is not what I thought you would do. All right, so you're like just gently touching her stomach, and you're just using detect thoughts on her, and you just hear after a moment of silence, you just hear a very soft, like, how am I gonna do this? How can I help you, Tenzo?
Why'd you make it sound like customer service?
Does this shit? What is this? Alexa?
You are not the Lisa Nagaib.
Where's my brother?
Yeah. Where's Paul,
So-
my brother?
So I can definitely communicate then, right?
Oh, does it know that its twin has been taken?
Well, it knows you're trying to speak with it, so, and it's speaking to you.
It's the Quizzout Hadrach. It can see all of time and space.
So then
Yeah. Enophine has been huffing a lot of spice, Melange. Okay.
So I start saying,
Yeah.
So I start saying, like, hey, little one, are you, by any chance, is that you?
You Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you go, hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there, little one.
Don't be afraid.
By any chance, is that you with the time loop? Are you saving us each time we fail?
Oh, excuse me.
Because I'm tired.
You just hear back. All I know is that when my mother's in danger, I just do whatever I can to help her.
I'm like, well, that's very noble of you. Very nice.
Don't patronize
Is it-
me.
Is he saying is he saying this out loud to the group? Like, we could all hear him, Favors, or is he just having?
Yeah, he's saying this out loud. He's talking
I'm-
in his mind and saying this out loud.
Babe, you hear our fetus?
How does that work?
You're
Why,
right.
I've never said anything out loud before, but this is the one point. All right.
Yeah, Chiron's just looking at you like, who are you talking to?
Why'd your voice? Are you trying to fuck this baby?
Wow.
Did you just imprint?
The more awkward version of that is just him standing silent with his hand on her stomach, staring at it.
I'm gonna name this baby Nessie moving forward. By the way.
I was.
Yeah, there we go.
No, so I guess the other question I would have for the baby is, has it communicated with Haster?
Hey, baby,
Who you talking
I'm selling weed.
You ask the entity baby in her stomach that if it's talking to Haster.
Has it communicated, or has Haster communicated with the baby?
The Quizot head wreck.
You kind of hear the voice is like, is that his name?
And so
Jeez.
you have.
I've seen his plans. He's not a good person.
Okay. Do you know
He very
where
clearly
he was?
didn't develop this character.
I
Do
never
you
thought
know-
I would be role playing an unborn child.
Do you by any chance know where he was heading off to?
Please don't poke me with the clothes hanger.
I wasn't able to see that, but I do know that he wants blood.
What?
No, I think it also should be funny. It should be Tinzo also doing the voice in return. Like,
Like
I don't
Professor
know.
X.
I don't know about
Oh.
that. Like Gollum.
Why does he sound like Mr. Hanky?
Like, yeah.
Oh my god.
I was trying to do Towley, but I don't know, you guys. I'm just real high.
So I guess I'm relaying this to everybody, or I'm having this open conversation now in front of everybody. Maybe does anyone want me to ask the baby anything?
No.
Go ahead, Enafine. What do you want to hear from the baby?
Hey, hey,
I press my head up against her belly and I ask Tinzo, is it a boy or a girl?
So, well, okay. Are you a boy or are you a girl? little one?
Tinzo explains to Tonebone that
Tell my
gender is a
father-
construct.
Or are you non-binary? Like I just what's going on?
Gender is a
My father
construct
did not assume my gender.
created by society.
I look back at Tinzo. Is it the Tweakstacks Tallywhack then? Is it the one that can control worms?
Oh,
So what does the baby say, or does the baby not want to say?
Does he ask if it's the Quizax Hatteract?
No, you have to call it what he called it.
He
The
said
Tweetax-
yeah.
relax.
Twitterback?
I call it the knick-knack paddywhack.
Hold on. What are they called? Tell my father that I don't believe in prophecies, but I've seen the future, and he will be proud of me when he dies.
So I repeat this out loud to Fatu.
This is fucking weird.
This is very weird.
You agree, Chiron? This is fucking weird.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, like the baby tells you that in the future they've seen after and knowing who Fatu is, that Fatu will die being proud of their child.
I knew it was the knick-knack paddywhack. I'm so proud of him right now.
Cavonian says out loud, all right, this is all well and
And in all seriousness, the gender question, it's a girl.
Okay,
Yeah,
I look directly at her belly and I say, I'm already proud of you, unborn fetus.
Cavonian says out loud, all right, this is adorable and all, but does the baby have any answers on why this bar is shut down and it looks like nobody's been here for decades? What happened?
Cavonian, you better respect the Knickknacks tweets,
So-
okay?
So I guess now I'm just the link between the baby and whatever everybody wants to.
Yes.
You asked for it.
It worked.
You asked.
You put a
Baby
quarter in
goes
the
on to explain
jukebox.
to you that most likely Haster's current doings is going around slowly destroying this planet from they believe he is trying to change the world to a point where he gets whatever he wants out of it.
Also, Tone, say it with me. Kwisatz Haderach.
A lot easier.
Sweezwhack, tallywhack.
Fatu, just Lisa Nagaib.
Well, at least Al-Gaib and the Kwisatz Haderach are two different things, I thought.
The Quiznats
They are, but they're. I think the Lisan Al Gaib isn't that the Fremen
Yes.
kind of like wording for
Yes.
like the same thing as the Queen. Like,
well, it was their version
it
of
is what it is.
Yeah,
their specific savior, whereas like
the holy one.
the Kwisatz.
Chiron leans in real close to Tinzo. He's like, "Is this baby saying it's going to lead the way?"
Are you gonna lead the way, baby?
You did it.
You hear nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, you after a few moments of nothing, you assume the baby is kind of done talking.
okay. I think that session was over, folks. So let's think about what we're gonna do next.
Chiron
What
looks up at
wise
Hennessy, he's like,
wisdom did you glean from the mind of a fetus?
Chiron looks back at you. He goes, "It's Elisa Lagaib."
Did you ever see Dirty Jesus?
It is written.
It's written. I'm turning Chiron into what's his name now.
he's Bill. He's
Stilgar.
He's Stilgar. Yes, he's now
Stilgar.
Stilgar.
he's Bilgar.
Bilgar. Oh God.
Oh no.
Just kill me.
Devonian gets up and saunters over to where the front door is and just kind of cracks it open to see what's going on outside.
As you approach the door, you notice it is like the door from the inside is disheveled and it's somewhat boarded up. Like you can't. It's not just easily just open. You obviously are able to pry it open. I'm doing that for environmental means.
Suspense.
So you pry the door open. You look outside. As you're looking around the streets and the areas, the entire neighborhood, from what you see, is in a very similar state.
Do I see any people?
You see a lot of beggars. You see a lot of like the children running around, or like it's a dystopian version of Palanthas, where like kids are running up, robbing people, and then taking off.
There's lots of pores.
There's literal there's shit in the streets. There's a guy laying down slightly down the street. You don't know if he's alive, sleeping, or dead.
Devonian turns around and says, before we go out there, make sure everybody's wearing their packs on their front. Okay. I turn to the group, but I relay that to them. I say, it looks like it's not just this tavern, it's the entire city, or at least this section of the city. Everything looks abandoned and dilapidated. Something has changed big time here.
Did you see the dragons?
I peek back out and make a perception check.
Your passive perception, you don't see, like, automatically just looking around, you don't see or hear the dragons.
I don't see dragons, but I did just see a little 5-year-old take a shit in the corner.
He saw that.
So there's that.
Bilgar immediately grabs Tinzo. He's like, hold on a second. Did you just have a conversation with an unborn child?
I look up at him. I'm like, yeah, bud, that happened.
He looks over at Enafine. He goes, the chosen one.
Listen up.
Yeah.
Babe, I knew our baby.
Like
was-
I said, I am hammering down now that he's Bilgar.
He's Bill. This is now canon.
This is now canon. It's Bilgar. Chiron is the Stilgar of this campaign.
Hey, Cairo, what's your last name? Gar. Oh, okay.
Okay, so what do we want to do, guys? I don't even know where to begin at this point.
I mean, first thing that comes to mind, we kind of gotta see if we can find out what happened to the others.
What if there are no others?
Well, then we have to get the fuck out of here.
I agree. How?
What was the wizard's name that stayed behind?
What was that?
What was the dude's name that stayed in the past?
Raceland.
Raceland. I turn to Tinzo and I go, you know, with these changes, maybe Raceland is back. Or if we can find him or his brother, we might get some answers.
I think that
Chiron-
we definitely
Chiron
need
looks
to
at
look
Fat
for the
Joe
other-
and he's like, do you think this is all about that fucking Lance?
Oh, out of character. Out of character. Do we remember what happened before we died, or does we forget?
No, you remember everything.
Okay.
Like you guys were trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. You were running. Enafine kind of like stood her ground, making a stand, and actually was a force kind of came out of her that was protecting people until she was overwhelmed.
That
All right.
drama, like when they flip
Chiron asked me about that just now. Is that what you asked me?
No, he's pretty much he's like pointing to your bag of holding. He's like you still have that, right?
Yeah. Last time I pulled it out, that's when all the dragons showed up.
Leave it in the bag.
That was the plan.
All right.
Do we have all our health and stuff back?
No.
Yeah, everybody, as far as you know, you're all at full health.
No.
It's like you took a long rest.
No. Huzzah.
Yay! And there was much rejoicing.
Huzzah.
Okay.
Well, whatever we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We can't stay here. This place looks like it's about to cave in. It seems worst case scenario, this is the exact same place we keep waking up. So
How about we head back to where the group, the Dragonlance group, was?
Isn't this where they were?
Not the bar,
you mean
because we traveled to
what-
the bar, I believe.
yeah, what's the name of the town? I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Important items, places.
It's Solace, yeah, Solace. Where you first like kind of ran into them outside of. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
We could also just ask the townspeople if they know where they are. I mean, they were fairly famous adventurers,
We don't know when we are.
and that's why we have
You
to
would
find.
from everything, like how it still looks. It looks like it's the same bar time wise. You know what I mean? Like everything matches, like the decor matches, but it's all disheveled and fucked and destroyed. So you would safely assume you're back in the same. It's the same day, same year, but everything beforehand, like the world is different leading up to this point.
Yeah, I'm thinking we go back to that area, because even if we did bring this up to the people here, it's better to just have the evidence up front. If there's somebody there, then we can talk to them. If there isn't, then who knows?
Okay. That's so what you guys want to do, or
We have the lance. Fuck it. Let's just do what we have to do. I say that out of character. That's not what I say in character, obviously.
Well, out of character again. Like, what was our
Yeah,
what is our main goal? Why did we get the dragon? It's legitimately been so long that I don't remember.
I feel like we've
I
been
know.
doing this for like
I
3
said
months.
earlier, it's the belief is obviously Lord Soth and the people that were in power when you first got here wanted it. It's safe to assume they would still want it. You believe at the same time because it's an item of vast magical power. You believed it's something that Haster would be looking for, and you believed it's something that could also help you get out of here.
What if they're working with Haster? And that's why they're looking for it.
Well, it seems our first goal has to be to get out and just find out the state of the town. Do a little bit of recon. Figure that out. Maybe we should split up.
How about just one person go out?
That's even worse.
I will watch them from the roof. You could travel any place, like wherever my maximum distance is.
I'm gonna go back to where they were.
Sol, you want to go back to Solace?
Yeah.
All right, that's a trip. Remember, you got here via boat.
I did not.
Yeah.
You can still do that, but I mean, it's one of those things where you still have to leave. You have to get out, walk through the city, leave the city, and then get back to the dock, or depending on if there's a boat or not.
Honestly,
that's its own.
We're in the city. We know that the change has happened here. We should find out what it was that made this change before we go anywhere. We don't even know that they're going to be at Solace. They might still be here, or they might not even exist in this timeline. We have to figure that out before we go anywhere.
There were wizards here in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
The baby didn't know why Hester wanted him, right?
Maybe I'll reconvene with those wizards.
Devonian sticks his head out the door, and he spots the nearest child. And he goes, "You there, little one! What year is it?"
You spot a kid kind of looting that body on the ground, running his pockets. The kid looks back at you. What?
What is the year?
He goes, I don't know. I don't go to school, mister. And
Why
then
does
runs off.
it look like shit?
What?
Why does the neighborhood look like shit?
Well, since since Emperor Soth and his death minions have pretty much ravaged the countryside, this is how it's been for years.
Out of character. Was Soth an emperor before?
No, he was not.
He was in charge before you died.
Lord Soth, right?
He was still a lord. It was an emperor.
That's a different title.
It's a much more esteemed title.
When is the last time you've seen a dragon?
At the mention of dragon, the kid legitimately stands up and takes off.
That was productive.
You do realize that kid's probably selling us out.
We need to leave.
Do you as after the kid runs off? Do you scan the area, or
I just take a peek to see if anybody noticed our conversation.
so you're looking as you look at the door? You're talking to this kid to the right. As you pan your head to the left, about 50 yards down the road, you notice a cloaked figure standing there, staring in your direction.
I stare back at him. Hard. Let him know that I see him, see me.
You do that?
Yes.
You should also do the mime thing, the.
The cloaked figure doesn't move.
We don't see. Obviously, we don't see this cloaked figure in the bar, so we just see.
If you guys are inside, you wouldn't see him.
We just see.
So I say this loudly enough for the group to hear me, but not so loud that he hears me say it. And I'm just still looking at him. I go, "There's a dude with a cloak on, and he's staring fucking daggers at me right now."
Give me
What do I do?
perception check, Kevonian.
What check?
Perception.
Perception. Ooh, 29. Actually a 30. Sorry, 30. It's 19 plus 11.
Wow. All right. As you say that and you're staring at him, you notice the cloak is eerily familiar to you. The last time you saw that cloak was being worn by Fiston Donnellis.
Fiston Donnellis. What was he again? I think I have him written down in here. He was the wizard from the past, the bad one.
Yep.
Guys, Fiston Donkey is here.
And I'm like, what? Where?
Excuse me, what?
I'm looking right at him. I'm still I'm still hanging out of the doorway. I'm looking at him I'm looking right at him, and he is looking right at me.
This is very Ghostbusters.
I pop out from behind him and I look.
Like the head's coming out.
Yeah. Turns out you see the same cloaked figure.
I start to walk to him.
As you start to walk towards him,
I fall out of the door frame.
The cloaked figure walks out of your sight.
What can I roll to kind of see the direction he's taking?
So you look out to the left, you see him. As you start to walk towards him, he walks to your left.
Because I start
into an alleyway.
I start pacing. Because for me, it's more I'm pissed that he might be here after what happened.
All right.
So,
as you approach the alley that he turned down, as you approach the alley, you turn into the alley. He's not there. There's nobody there.
Then I
put my hand. I follow Tinzo out, and when I see that he doesn't see him in the alley anymore, I put my hand on Tinzo's shoulder, and I say, we probably shouldn't go any further right now."
And I completely just bypass what he just says and use detect magic with my staff, and I hit the staff and I try to see if I see anything with detect magic.
All right. As you use detect magic, you feel you feel a magic aura that is quickly just evaporating. Like a spell was recently cast, and the magic that surrounded it, it's just like it happened. Now it's just gone.
Magic's in the air.
I believe the word you're looking for is dissipating.
Dissipating. Thank you.
So then I just like, I'm just pissed. I'm like, fuck, if that's him, then in my mind, I'm like, Raceland's really dead.
Or Raceland sent him to our time.
I mean, technically, I know what's going on, but I'm just kind of going with it.
I know.
Tenzo knows what's going on, or Lewis knows what's going on.
Lewis Ayala
yeah,
knows
I
what's
mean,
going on.
Yeah, I know it.
Lewis,
Not-
aha!
Lewis, I'll guide you.
Listen. So I just
As you guys leave the bar, Chiron just puts his hand back towards Inif and he's like, I'll protect you, Reverend Mother.
oh, this is gonna be really good.
Yeah. This is called character growth.
Cavonian says to Tenzo, we should get back and group up and get moving. I don't think we're safe where we are.
Well, if Fist Dontalis is around, we're not safe anywhere.
I hug Inifine and I tell her closer.
as you both-
I will protect that child until the death of me. You understand me, woman? I will protect you and that child.
A gasp and a noise.
Tinzo, Kivonian, as you guys turn around back towards the bar, you notice a few of the townspeople kind of just like in a doorway, kind of slyly pointing at you and whispering to each other.
I hiss at them.
because of both of your passive perceptions, this is where you notice on the wall in the alleyway there are a handful of wanted posters with all of your faces on them. Crudely drawn, of course, not like perfect drawings, but like you look at the one that you believe is you and you're like, that is a nifty. You're like, damn, that's a nice white outfit.
Ori's is just a fish.
Yes. It's just a big fish head, like with a mouth agape, like a bass.
We need to go. And then I hiss at the town people one more time. Like Frodo, like Bilbo when he has that moment where he wants to take the ring back for a split second.
Yes. Yeah. All right, I dig it.
I start heading back toward the tavern at a brisk walk.
As you approach the door again, one of the two people that you noticed pointing and talking about you calls out to you. It's an older woman.
Does she call me by name or go ahead?
No, she goes, "Hey, you." She's like,
yes, old woman.
She looks at you. She goes, kind of looks back and forth. She goes,
I'm a man.
She goes, quickly.
Does Tenzo notice? Is he coming with?
Yeah, like she's trying to call you over, not like make a scene of it, but like she's doing it obviously because there's nobody else really on the streets.
All right, I start to walk toward her, but I say over my shoulder to Tenzo, I was like, just be ready for anything. And I start going.
All right. She as you approach her, she looks at you. She goes, I don't know what kind of magic that brought you folks back to that bar that hasn't been open in years. She goes, She goes, but you got to either really lay low and get out of town, or if you're here to find your friends, like you don't have much time.
You know of our friends and our plight.
You were with the adventurers, Caramon and Gold Moon, Tassel, all of them, right?
Yes.
So I go, is Raceland here too?
She goes, Raceland. Raceland hasn't been seen in years.
What
She
happened?
looks. She goes. She's like, you ask her what happened.
Mhm.
She
Right.
goes. The emperor amassed an army that nobody had ever seen. He did it in the name of his goddess Takesis, and he took everything in the hunt for the Dragonlance. And when Caramon and Tanis and the others they stood up to try to do what was right, they were captured. They were actually. She goes, they were thrown into exile and then hunted like animals.
Where are they now?
She goes, they're in the dungeons in the center of the city. And Lord Soth's gonna make an example out of them.
I turn to Tenzo and I go, looks like we might have to do another jailbreak.
Yep. Is
She
that
looked-
the entire? So I look at her and I'm like, is this the entire adventure group?
She looks at you. She goes, well, let's see. From what I know, they've got Caramon, Tanis, Goldmoon, Sturm, Flint, and the little what's his name? The little, oh my god, what?
The little hobbit dude.
Yeah, Tasselhoff.
Yes. So everybody.
She's like, there's a pretty price on each of your heads, and she goes, and a massive price on Raceland's head.
Is there anyone else in this city that would be friendly to us and friendly to the group?
That's hard to say. Like, times are tough. Like, if you guys aren't smart about how getting around, a lot of people would turn you in for that for the money.
Thank you very much, old woman. One last question. What's the bounty on my head?
I believe you're the one who plays the pipes, right? That you keep in your ass.
Yeah, you've heard of me.
She goes, I believe it's 2,000 gold piece for your head.
That's probably the most out of all of them, right?
No. She points over to Tinzo. She goes, that fella and the little dwarf, they got 5,000 gold piece for their heads.
The dwarf is more than me.
And she's like, and apparently the dwarf's lover, she's got like 20,000 gold piece on her head.
Cavonian storms off. This is ridiculous.
I go up to the lady and I'm like, is there any chance that you would know a safe passage or anyone that might have a safe passage to these dungeons?
She looks at you. She goes, anybody that knew the underground has either been captured or they're dead.
There was an underground passage in the bar, wasn't there? Out of character saying.
There was one that kind of led away from the center of the city. That's what you kind of used the last time.
Are they planning?
Okay.
Are they planning a public execution?
You're not there.
Yeah, you're not there.
Oh. Okay.
You're in the
Oh.
You wanted to go up to the roof and be alone and be the cool guy all the
No,
time.
I know. I wanted to be Overwatch while you go find what's on.
Did you do that?
You just went and running out and talking to
I mean-
strange people in cloaks.
So
She goes, one last question. Is that Fish Woman with you guys still? Is she really
yes.
just a big walking fish?
No. I literally answered
Okay.
just like that too. No.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Because
you.
that would have been crazy to see.
But is she though?
I'm already most of the way back to the tavern.
Yeah,
Devonia-
she kind of looks around. And she goes, I gotta go. We never talked, and she walks back inside.
Well, I guess we all walk back in, and I say, we got to go to that dungeon. We got to get them out.
You guys ever had bounties on your head before? I say that to the whole group.
No, we've been slaves. I think that was worse.
Well, we got bounties now.
Chiron looks at you because he's like, sweet. He goes, mine's got to be ridiculous.
Well, I didn't see that, but mine was definitely the highest amount of gold of everybody. Like, they really want me.
I look at Kyra and I'm like,
Yeah.
We're like, good?
What the fuck is Tony fighting right now?
I don't know. He just squared up on something.
I think his mom is printing something from upstairs and he just got startled by it.
All right, so what are you guys gonna do now?
well, my plan for sure is somehow getting into that dungeon, getting them out.
Cavonian looks to the area where the tunnel was before, and I want to see if it's still there.
Okay.
Wait, you said it took us from the bar out of the city, is what it did, or does it like connect?
It took you probably about a block and a half away from the center of the city. The one that you used the last time. The one that you know of.
All right, I still want to search to see that it's there.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. See,
I guess from where we are, can we
I
see?
just rolled a natural one.
She said
Natural
that.
one. Yeah, you as far as you can tell, everything is just it's caved in.
That old lady said that they were in the dungeon underneath where
Sorry,
like
bad
the city, right?
She said the center of
In the center of the
Center of
city,
the
like
city.
the main, like the grand, like the big castle / like center of the city.
Okay.
Where, if you remember when you first got here, Soth and like the Lord Regent of the city were speaking to the people in the town and the city square. When you watched Lord Soth kill all the people, and then you rewound time.
Mhm. This bar, we're at a bar though right now, right?
Yeah, you're on the outskirts of town. Hold on, I'll bring up.
Months ago.
Yeah, the map is still the island in the past where Fist and Donkey lived.
Oh shit! It should not.
That's from like a long time ago.
Yes, it is. I don't know why. Like, it should have been the bar. I had the bar.
Atlantis.
No, sorry, that's not. So, the castle and such is here. You guys are around here.
All right. Cavonian says, look, I think I might have smoked too much lotus weed because I can't find the entrance to that tunnel. But if anybody else wants to see if it's still there, that might be the best way to at least leave this bar so nobody sees us leaving out the front door.
Are there other people at this bar?
No, it's
No, this
abandoned.
place it's empty.
Oh.
It's like abandoned.
Is there a chance that I can see if there was like an office, like a like a back room or maybe the owner who was previously there.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Was this the place owned by the other dwarf?
Yep. Originally, and then it became a human the last time when you woke up, and now it's
20.
all right. As you're looking around the inside of the bar, you come across obviously what's an office. There's there's a desk in the middle of it with a missing two legs, so it's fallen slanted. There's a chair flipped over and kind of shattered into pieces. There's paperwork everywhere, and there's a wide open safe in the corner.
Yeah, I'm trying to rummage through the paper, maybe see if there's like a map or something. Maybe that might be just randomly laying around.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Ooh, okay. That's gonna be a tough one. Wait a minute. 20. Wait, hold on. 18 and 4. 22.
Yeah, you find as you're rummaging through the desk, you find a partially burnt map, or it appears to be a map. It's like a map of the city, and like where all the roads and everything and all like the streets are in one set color. They're like it's all in black, and then there's a red line that kind of cuts through different areas of the city, and there's a spot like a dot kind of where you know this bar to be.
Mm-hmm.
So you assume that is a map of like the underground network of tunnels and such throughout the city.
So I bring that and I place it on a table, and I'm like, guys, take a peek. And then I start kind of just pointing out when I guess I'm kind of like saying it through assumption too, because I'm thinking this is like, like a network underneath the city. If we follow this, we might be able to get to those dungeons.
Can we, by looking at the map, can we make the connection from where we are in the tavern to see if there is a tunnel that connects from where we are to the center of the city?
As you like look, he puts it on a table. As everybody, as he explains what he found, you're looking at it. You would all immediately assume, naturally, looking at it, that all the red lines are supposedly tunnels that leading all throughout the city. And you would assume that the dot where the bar is on the map mean like there are other dots. You would assume that is like an entrance / exit point.
Okay.
Of the tunnels.
But because like we can't actually see the map in real life right now, like I have to ask, like, is there a line that goes from where we think the bar is towards the center of the city, or that is something that does?
Yes, there's a red line that goes like the red lines. It's like a spider web. So you see it, and like you see the center point where like the dungeons and like the main castle and everything is. And you see like a red line cutting through in different directions too. So obviously that being because the city is built in a radial design, and that being like the pier center, there's tunnels kind of leading from different directions.
Okay.
So like Chiron's looking at it, he goes, that's a lot of tunnels. Kavonia, didn't you say that it was all caved in here, though?
Yeah, but I didn't really look that hard. Somebody else could check it out. Some of the other half of the team could role play and check it out. I'm just saying it out loud really loud.
Woman. It's just a baby.
Perception check. What am I rolling?
You mean investigation check?
All right. Investigation.
To be fair, to her credit, she woke up faster than either of us would if we were suddenly called up.
Investigation.
That is true, but I wasn't just talking about Laura. So far, only 2 people on the team have been role playing this entire time.
Hey, that is
Everybody, come on!
hot 6.
hot 6
What did I roll?
6? Is that what-
investigation.
Yep, 6.
So it,
Guys, let's
So-
go this way.
yeah,
Cannot-
Nori comes out of the same
Wait.
place that Cavonian checked, and she's like,
Yep.
She's just like, yeah, it's all caved in.
I don't sound like Bubble.
People are
Oh,
natural.
you being a fish.
I know. I know.
Cavonian yells to Fatu. He says, Dwarf, your people are natural miners. Find this tunnel. Please.
Well, let's start at the
Okay.
rubble.
Okie dokie.
Let Fatu.
I go into do one of these.
I put it in my mouth.
Such a
Wow.
bitch. They heard that.
I know.
Prestidigitation, clean up the rubble.
That's not how that works. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fatu, give me an investigation check.
You got it, bro.
I thought you
Yeah.
were doing something else. All I saw was her hand go behind the stuffed toy.
Yeah. Just gotta investigate this dick.
Roll for attack.
17.
All right.
Should be with advantage because he's a dwarf.
You know your natural dwarven trust in your own, mining and digging skills. You're like, let me go look. And you go back there, you see it is all caved in. But as a dwarf and your knowledge of, stones and such and mining, you're like, I mean, you believe you could dig it out and, but it would take a while.
What if we help?
I come back to the group and I'm cleaning up my hands a little bit because I investigated the area, the rubble, the rocks, and I tell everybody, listen, I can get this done, but I don't know if it's gonna be very quick.
What if we all helped? We need to get someplace in a rush here.
If you all don't mind getting
Let's
your
blow
hands,
it up.
Digging?
digging. You don't do nothing because
I'm
you're pregnant with
preggers.
my child.
Oh, and let's just assume, because we should have done this already, but let's assume that we've already explained that the other group is being held prisoner in the dungeons.
Yeah. So your plan now is you're gonna try to dig it out.
Yeah, I actually, what I bring up to the group is, does everybody remember when we were in prison? And we were trying to dig through, what was it?
Sandstone?
Was it sandstone?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were
Sort of-
Call the rats in and talk to the rats.
Why don't you call a couple bears to come in and move this stuff out?
Yeah.
They're going to be a little bit more noticeable in a city.
I was gonna say, who has shovels on them?
Yeah.
Do we have shovels?
We use our hands.
As a dwarf, I always have a shovel and a pickaxe. Fuck with me and find out.
Jesus Christ.
You
You just do it?
literally just heard that when I said it to you yesterday, didn't you?
I do not have a shovel.
No, most of you do not.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have a shovel.
How many pounds of rubble do you think we have there?
As a DM, or like you want me to take an honest hypothesis guess?
As a DM.
Both, I guess.
As a DM, it digging with your hands, it would take you days.
Cavonian
So a
slowly
couple-
starts reaching
couple
down the
thousand.
back of his pants.
Couple
What was
thousand
that?
pounds.
I said Cavonian starts slowly reaching down the back of his pants. You hear a very loud suction noise as I produce the pipes of the sewers.
Hold on. What if I call the Berserker guys? Can they help us? My horn.
I mean,
That's right.
do these ghosts have shovels?
I don't know, but they're giant dudes, right?
They're also ghosts.
They're also ghosts.
Can't really interact
Who
with
can kill things? Why couldn't they move rock?
I think we should
Appar-
I think we
No,
should
I'm not
save
arguing
them.
that they would be able to move rocks, but as a DM, I'm gonna tell you, like, you're gonna call in X amount of berserkers to do manual labor and then not be able to use them for a week.
Yeah, I think we need to
Go
save
kick rocks.
save that for when we need to like even the odds.
It's
numerically.
already been a week, right? In
After you use
Time
it, you can't
travel?
use it for another week.
I
That's
know,
my point.
but if we're time traveling week, you know,
The paradox.
All in the berserkers.
So
I'm
You
just
can do
saying
whatever
I
you
have
want.
that. I'm just saying I have that.
I got telekinesis, and apparently I can move up to 1,000 pounds.
Let's let him try. And I slowly slide the flute back up my
The
Is
way that
telekinesis a spell for you?
so it is concentration up to 10 minutes. You can try to move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds. If the object isn't being worn or carried, you automatically move it up to 30 feet in any direction, but not
How
beyond the
many
range.
times do you think you can cast telekinesis?
A few times because it's through the staff.
Okay. 5 charges.
Yeah, I have a total of 50.
All right. So hold on. Let me just look at your staff real quick.
I figure I can move.
While that's going on, I lean over to Cavoni and I say, you pulled that thing out of your ass. You could have put it in the bag. You didn't have to.
It's a contingency plan if we ever get put in prison again, okay? It's come in handy before.
Prison pocket.
You can tell us all that, but I'm
Prison
starting to
pocket.
think that you actually like it up
He
there.
likes it. Yeah.
I don't put
All
the
right.
air flute up there.
You would be able to cast telekinesis 10 times total. Now that would completely wear out your staff to 0 charges. I say that, and then I say,
Nice.
remember, the woman told you, like, everybody who knew about the underground has been killed or captured.
I'm saying, what if we Jabba's palace this? That's all I'm saying. They're looking for
Now,
us.
so my argument would be, go ahead and move it. You can move the rubble. You don't know what else is caved in throughout the run of the tunnels. So you might end up running through all of your charges. And
Well,
out.
if I did that, that would be a bad thing for all of us, because then normally what would happen after all 50 charges, or the total goes away and it goes down to 0, it blows up, we all die. So yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So why don't you pull that back out of your ass, bud?
Should I start calling the rats in again?
I turn around, I leave.
Leave it out.
I lean back over to Cavoni and I'd be like, "You put that thing up your ass too soon, pal.
Yeah.
Time for it to come back."
You really start to enjoy it after a while, to be honest.
Why don't you play a little ditty for us?
Ew.
No pun intended.
Wow.
Just don't diddle us.
All right. I yank that baby out. I wipe it down with I look at Chiron and I just kind of grab his robes and I wipe down the mouthpiece a little bit. We're all this is teamwork, buddy. This is teamwork.
Oh my
How
God.
brown is Chiron's robes now?
Oh my God.
Or
You pulled it out again.
what if I dimension door the shit, because we've already been through the tunnel, and since I remember what the other side
The
looks
only
like.
tunnel you've been through that you remember going through led you away from the center of the city.
No, I know, but what I'm saying, this wasn't this shut off after we came through it?
Wait, what?
Wasn't it like that? It crumbled after we came through, or no?
No, it's crumbled because the world has changed.
Oh, I see. Thought that we ran through a tunnel.
We did, and
Yeah,
it
no,
did.
you did, but the tunnel you went through went away from because you were trying to get out of town, away from the dragons.
Hey, Kev, start playing that horn. A little Jimmy Crack horn, please.
Oh
for it.
my god.
Do we see any sewers out there by any chance?
You can poke your head back out and check.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and see if there's at least some sort of sewer nearby.
Okay.
Because, well, actually, wait. The map, wouldn't it show sewers? Or no?
Actually, you make a good point. There was other dots on the map that showed different entrances. We could just check the next closest one.
Yeah.
Cavonian slowly slides the fruit back in.
Chiron looks at
Chuck
you
just
like,
goes.
are you just getting off on this now?
wait. You just wait a little bit, and he goes, ha ha.
I get that face like when a 2-year-old starts shitting itself and doesn't talk for a minute.
It's just like.
ha.
Let's go.
Chiron just looks at you. He's like, when's the last time you showered?
That's not what I'm most worried about right now.
So yeah, I guess if we look at the next entry point of the map and just maybe do that, take that.
So all right, so we look at the map and we look for the next closest dot and where it is
All right.
in relation to us.
I'll bring up. Hold on. So I'm
This is
going to zoom in a bit. So, like I said, you're about here. If you look at the map, the next closest dot appears to be down here, a couple blocks away.
Okay. Do we head there as a group or do we do a scouting party? That's the next thing.
Let's just go. I have Pass Without a Trace for everybody.
So yeah, you're aiming for right. Oh, hold on.
Dot. It is a dot.
Do you see the dot?
Your dot is gone.
Hold on. What are you doing to me here? Why is it not letting me just make like a regular empty circle? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make an X.
It's gonna give it
X
to you.
marks. It marks the spot.
According to Indiana Jones.
You know what? I'm just gonna say the last movie wasn't terrible.
It really wasn't. I didn't hate it.
No, wasn't bad.
I like the whole Greek mythology angle.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Always been a fan.
A bit silly the time travel gimmick, but you know.
Better than Crystal Aliens.
Yeah.
I kind of liked how he wanted to go, but that bitch didn't let him.
Yeah. I mean, I like what's her name anyway. So. Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Like that probably would have been a better way to tell off his story. Like he just wanted to stay back in time and die
And
that,
just
in
die
that time.
in antiquity.
Yeah, that would have been cool. No, Indy, we can't do that.
You don't want to picture because you don't want to picture Indiana Jones dying in a 70s nursing home.
All right, now there's a X on the map.
I fought the Nazis once. Come over here, Miriam. It's time to take your pills, Mr. Jones.
So you guys are gonna head over to that next building.
Sure.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Is everybody coming? I missed that part.
Oh, everyone's coming.
Yeah, I
Everyone's
think
coming.
this time we stick together since we were separated last time we all died.
Oh, everyone's coming.
Let's go ahead.
Everyone's coming everywhere.
Well, I mean, every time I put that flute in and out of my ass, I kind of do that thing that the nurses do at the sperm banks. You know, fiddle with the prostate.
I thought you should say you were like you come a little bit. I was just like, that's
Oh, Mr. Flute.
just a little bit.
I love my rats.
All right, so you guys are heading out. You're gonna make your way to that building.
Yes.
All right.
A little.
Are y'all just going out the way you are now? Are you doing anything?
Well, Laura said she's going to do Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay. She might be putting the girls to bed. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I also don't have my white robes. I have that glamored studded leather that you gave me a while ago.
You have what?
It's a glamored studded leather. It's not the white robes. I own them, but I'm not actually wearing them. So I'm not so bright. It still has a hood.
Laura, are you casting Pass Without a Trace on everybody? Is everybody kind of covering up with cloaks or?
Yes.
Hooded.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are doing this?
Yep.
Leroy Jenkins.
All right. So you all, you all exit the bar. You make a right you're walking out, making a right. As you step out, the old lady you were talking to goes, "Officer Video!" I'm kidding. That didn't happen. That would I should have, but that's not what happened. So you start walking down the street. You come up to the first intersection there, where you have to make a left. And like as you're looking, you can see like this. It's not just this one little area. Like as far as you can see, the city looks like shit.
Okay. Is it getting better as we get closer to the center, or is it all the same?
Probably not.
As well, I mean, you're coming, you're going around and around. You see like what, like obviously like the soldiers that are there, under Soth's employ. They're walking up, and they're throwing citizens to the ground. You see guys just fucking beheading people, like just
They're being
it's shit.
repressed.
Yes, it is a shit place to live right now.
Help!
Help! I'm being
Look.
repressed.
Anti-Pride Rock.
You're still repressing me. That's what I've been on about.
As you approach the building in that you
Come see the
assume
violence inherent in the system.
As
Help!
the
Help!
next-
I'm being repressed.
has the entrance to the tunnels. You walk up to it, and there's no front door to this place. You just look inside, and there's like a long dark hallway. There's a couple people outside on the streets, just beggars and fucking the sick.
Hooers.
You don't see anybody in the building.
Is
That
there,
doesn't
like-
mean anything.
Are there side alleys to the building? Is there a way to look around the back of the building?
There's no side alleys. It's kind of just like, it's like in the city. It's buildings together.
I point to the nearest beggar. Go, you there. I come real close. Is he like sitting down? I'm assuming. I'm picturing he's like sitting down up against a wall, maybe with a cup for coin.
Yeah. He's got a little crudely drawn sign on some wood. It says, "Soldiers took my dick. Help a brother out."
Took his dick.
I squat down next to him. I go, I
Man,
go,
specific.
good. I go, good sir. I feel your pain. I've been walking around for the last few weeks with a flute stuck up my ass. But besides that,
Give me a stealth check.
and it's plus 10 with her thing, right?
Yes, it is.
What the fuck is stealth? There we go.
A nat 1 is still a nat 1, though.
Yeah. All right, 7 plus. So 25.
Okay. Now, what do you say to the guy?
I say, that building there with no door. What do you know about it?
Kind of just looks, he turns his head to the. He's sitting like the door's here. He's sitting like off, like a little, just right in front, but like off to the side a bit. He looks at it. He goes, that's a whorehouse.
Oh?
He kind of looks at you and the rest of the party. He's like, I mean, if that's what you're into. Ooh.
Is it,
This is a good one.
I look at him,
He looks over at Kay when he goes,
even for a beggar to say that.
He's like, you got 5 copper.
What will 5 copper give me?
Whatever you want.
It's not why I'm here, sir. I mean, I know I have a flute up my ass, but that's not what I'm looking for right now.
You got a what?
1 gold piece. And you show us how to get in. And forget about what I said.
Do you give him the gold piece?
Yeah.
He goes, he looks at it, he looks at you, he looks at the building, looks back at you, looks back at the gold piece, looks back at you, he goes, you walk in through the front door.
You said there was no door.
Yeah, the entrance. There's no door. It's a hole. Like you can walk right in.
Damn it. 1 gold for
That's why
nothing.
I said you see a long dark hallway.
Hey, no, I see. I assumed that we saw that through like a window, but there was no entrance.
No. I said there's no door.
Did anybody else follow that line of thinking, or was that just me? Probably just me.
Just you.
All right. I go, enjoy the gold piece.
Chiron goes, did you just give him a gold piece to point at a hole?
And I go, mind your business. And then I fart and you hear a note come out of my ass.
Whee!
So I walk over to the entrance and I just I want to investigate, just to see if I can see a bit more as I get closer to it.
All right, as you approach the door, your eyes adjust to the darkness in the hallway. You see a row of doors. A couple of them are open. You can kind of see some light emanating from those. The other closed ones, you just kind of hear a lot of heavy grunting.
Jerry. Okay.
Punch me in the back. Harder.
The sound of
too hard.
The sound of wet meat.
Sorry.
I'm just thinking of Artemis and Frank from It's Always Sunny.
I was going beer league.
Oh. All right. Cavonian walks up to the first door and tries to open it.
The door opens.
Oh God, what do I see?
You see what looks like a homeless man just giving it to a very ugly woman.
Do I see a tunnel entrance?
Oh, you see a tunnel entrance.
God, you walked into that.
Actually, give
literally.
me a wisdom saving throw and a constitution saving throw.
Oh, saving throw, right? All right.
You take
Saving
one
throw.
emotional damage.
All right. My wisdom saving throw was a 6.
damage.
Was a what?
My wisdom saving throw was a 6. And my constitution is a 13.
All right. So I don't believe I'm doing this. So as you open the door and you kind of poke your head in, this guy is giving it to her, and upon seeing you, he kind of turns, and you see her tunnel, and it is the biggest tunnel you've ever seen. It's traumatizing. In fact, it's quite traumatizing to you, which is amazing to say. You don't puke. You luckily enough you don't vomit, but in the moment and what you've seen and the realization of where you are, you just kind of like and you just close the door and you walk back outside. Just
I said, there's a tunnel there, but it's not the one we're looking for.
Yeah.
Who wants to try the next door? I can't do it again. I'm tapped out.
I don't know why, but can I? I don't know. Can I just do detect magic
go ahead.
just to
No.
see if there's anything?
There's
Um,
no magic in this place, sir. This is a place of evil.
Wait, what do I need to do here? Oh, yeah, it's just I'm using my staff at will.
You farther down the hallway, you detect some very, very basic, very faint, like alteration magic.
Okay. So I tell Cavonian, let's go over here.
You first.
Well, I think we're all gonna have to really go because I just used detect magic, and I think that there's something emanating from that area.
Totally fine. You first.
Real quick, Inafine, give me a perception check.
Perception. Check. Brandon, all I see on your shirt right now is blacks. The black.
A 1? Oh, okay.
Use your words.
She's just looking up the perception, how much she gets.
Saves.
No, just swipe.
No, just perception.
Swipe.
Oh.
It's much faster if you use the website.
So
So 17 plus 5 is what? 22?
22. All right. So you see Kavonian come back out looking like he's seeing some horrific things. You see Tenzo, with his staff, and they start to they're kind of entering slowly the building. You begin cause you're in the back. You have Fatu next to you, and Ruckus and Chiron's in front of you. You kind of look around while everybody's focused on the building, and you see multiple sets of eyes, like people watching the party, and people whispering to each other. And you see a couple people kind of scatter off in the same direction after doing this.
Ventor.
I'll whisper to Fatu what I saw. That all the weird people ran in the same direction. I should probably follow them.
I kind of whisper it. You guys, my lady saw something. Some creeps checking us out, and then they ran in the direction. Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
So
I say we follow them.
let's jump them.
Chiron kind of sticks his hand out to you. He goes, "Yeah, hold on, my lady. First off, they're either going to get the head pimp of this place, or
The guards.
or our cover's blown. So whatever we're doing, we got to do quick.
Devonian does the rally up sign, like, all right, everybody inside this horrible, horrible place. Now, Tenzo, you first.
Fine, I'll go.
Okay, you approach the door that you sense the magic's behind. You open it.
Yes.
All right. As you open the door, the room inside does not match the rest of the building. The room looks very beautiful, like beautiful Victorian. The woman in there, she is, she's gorgeous.
High class, hoorah.
And she's just doing her thing, and this guy's just kind of laying on the bed like, oh yeah, baby. And she's just, well, but as she sees, like, you open the door, she kind of turns her head to look, breaking her concentration. As she turns to look at you, the facade drops. The room goes back to looking like hot dog shit. She goes back to looking like a bog witch. The guy immediately, he's like, what the fuck? This isn't what I paid for. And he just hops up out of bed. He runs out, like it's pulling his pants up. He runs past you, running out the building.
Does Cavonian see a tunnel?
No, she's still dressed.
No, I mean,
She looks. No, there's no tunnel in the room. She immediately looks at not Fatu, at Tenzo. She goes, "You just cost me very, very much gold."
how much gold?
Why is she Russian?
Why not? She's exotic.
God damn.
Cavonian says, my good lady, how much gold have we cost you today?
She goes, 2 piece.
If I give you 4 piece, will you inform us of any potential? I'm trying to be like secretive about it a little bit, like of any potential hidden entrances to underground areas that no one knows about in this building?
She squints her eyes at you. She goes, well, that does not cost 4 gold. She goes, well, if that's what you want. Then she like starts hiking up the back of her dress and turning around towards you.
I'm like, I go in, I step in, I'm like, my lady, hold on, no, and I give her a platinum. I'm like, just show us where we need to go.
She looks at you and she kind of reaches up and she just slightly pulls away the cloak covering your face. And she looks at you, she goes, this makes sense. She goes, yes, I will show you. She goes, but I want you to know that as soon as you go, I'm going to let the authorities know.
I want to stealthily pull my dagger.
Yeah, we should kill her.
I want to let her show us where the tunnel is, and
okay,
yeah.
So she walks out of the room. She walks around a corner. Opens a door that stairs leading down into a basement. You follow. I'm taking it. You follow her down. She points to a large, like, shelf full of just like boxes and like crap. She goes, you need to move that then door behind. She goes, I've never traveled down, but I don't know where it leads.
I look at her and I'm like, any reason why you would want to alert the authorities about this if no one knows?
She looks around. She goes, about 50,000 gold reasons why.
So I just wait. So she showed us, right, where it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like as you look through like the shelf, like you see what looks like the frame of a door. without
then-
even moving it.
Frame of the door. I guess I'll use detect magic to see if there's anything weird with it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's a door. A large metal door.
So I kind of side whisper to the group. I'm like, "Do you guys want to tell her 50,000 gold reasons as to why that's a bad idea?" And then I walk through the door.
All right, so you move the shelf and you walk through the door. All right. Anybody else?
Cavonian casts Charm Person on her.
What does she have to roll to beat it?
She needs to beat a Wisdom saving throw of 20.
She does not.
I go, you want to come with us through the tunnels?
Now that you mentioned, I would like to see where this goes.
Right? Interesting stuff, right? You go first.
Okay. She walks past Tinzo and starts walking down, just blindly, has no idea where she's going.
I say to Tenzo, like, follow her, but like 10 feet, and if she springs any traps, we'll be fine.
Sounds
We'll
fine
be
to me.
All right. So I say we follow her, but we keep like a 10-foot distance. And I yell out to her, I say, walk towards the center of town.
She goes, I don't know where that is.
Do we know where it is? Can we figure, like, out of character? Are we able to orient?
Give me a survival. You would have to give me a survival check.
Survival. All right.
If any of you are rangers,
I know, yeah. Shouldn't I do that? I have the highest survival.
Is there light in this tunnel by any chance?
as it stands, no.
Okay.
Well, we all
so-
have night vision, dark vision, right?
We've also all got torches.
Well, I technically can light anything up.
Yeah. I mean, you got a magic user. You've all got torches. You have other means of light.
I have plus
Yeah.
10
Like
sur-
dark
I have
vision.
plus 10 survival, so I'll make the survival throw.
Yeah, I only have +7, so let him do it. Yeah.
That's a 26.
All right, Tinzo's holding the map. You kind of look as you're walking. You look at it, and you kind of gently take, kind of put your hand on it. You're looking. You're like, yeah, I can read this. And you can figure the map out. Like you can figure out which way to go, which turns to make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Haywin, tell the lady where to go.
So I look at the map. I look up where we are. Look back at the map. Look back at where we are. Look more at the map. Pause on the map. And then I point. Go that way.
She turns the first corner, takes a step, and immediately falls into a tiger trap.
A tiger trap?
Tiger trap. Like, takes a step and the ground gives way into a pit of like spikes.
Oh, like a trap for a tiger type of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
tiger trap.
I look back toward the group. I go, well, that took care of 2 problems. Nobody. Okay.
Well, the problem now is how many of these traps are we gonna encounter?
We'll just have to be very careful. And Devonian goes up to the edge of the tiger trap and just like tries to look beyond it to see if I can see any traps in the immediate vicinity after that.
I'll have you do this. I'll need 3 people to give me perception checks for
I'll do it.
for
Well-
different for 3 scans as you're traveling.
Okay. I have a +11. Who has the highest perceptions?
I rolled a 2 and then got a
16 plus 4, dirty 20.
I got 19.
Okay, dirty 20 and 19.
What did you roll, Brandon?
8.
Okay. So you're following Kaywin. Tinzo has created an artificial light. You're all going. You've probably been walking for a good hour at this point. Tenzo points out a couple what look to be like pressure plates on the floor. You dodge, a series of traps there. You're going for about another hour.
How big is this
Uh,
city?
It's a large city. Let's say not an hour, another half an hour. Kevonian notices a couple like rope, like string traps, like buh, and you dodge another series of traps. And you're on the last leg. You're coming up, and Kaywin's kind of just going up. He's like, man, this is an easy map to follow. And he does not see a one final trap, another kind of pressure plate trap. Kaywin, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Penitent man kneels before God.
Saving throw deck save? Okay.
At disadvantage.
No problem. This one was a 17. Second one was
Keep it up.
7.
All right. A 17 being your lowest score is fucking solid. So you're walking, you're still kind of looking at the map. You step on this pressure, you hear a click, and as you're like, oh fuck, you look up and you watch this, like the ceiling above you, like these two kind of panels open up, and this giant like battering ram looking swing, like a hammer, comes swinging out right at you, and you're able to fucking whoosh jump out of the way before it smashes you in the chest.
Kevonian says, huh, those pure elf eyes didn't help you there, did they?
It was a hammer.
Sounded very.
All right.
racist.
So you've come up now to the door that you believe leads into the dungeons.
Okay. We're just at the door.
It's a very large door in front of you.
Cast detect magic again.
And Kevonian checks it for general traps.
For what?
For general traps. It's like anything,
All right,
like an alarm,
on
anything.
this. All right. Detect magic. You don't detect any magic on the door itself, Tenzo.
All right.
You sense there is some magic ahead. You sense like restoration, conjure, like a few different forms of magic.
Okay.
Kevonian, you're checking the door. Give me an investigation check on the door.
And it's +8. 18.
All right. You notice, you feel like you're looking at it. You're kind of looking through keyholes, and you see things on the other side very faintly that you assume are traps for if this door were to ever be opened.
Okay. I say, I think this door's rigged. Something on the other side looks a little dangerous. Tinny, you've got that telekinesis, right, baby? I think you should use that to open the door. And everybody step aside.
Actually, trainer becomes alive. You and your creature designate spell can open the object normally. You can also set a password. Okay. 1 minute. It is impassable until it is broken. Oh, alright, never mind. Yeah, I guess I'll from a distance, begin using telekinesis
All right.
Okay.
to see if I can nudge it open.
All right. As you stand back and you start using telekinesis, the door is locked, obviously.
Oh.
So while you're trying to force it open, there's you assume that there is a series of locks keeping this thing slammed home.
Okay.
Okay, I think I have thief tools. Change disguise kit, the lenses, the rations, water stem, crowbar, hammer, holy manacles, mirror, steak, tinderbox. Maybe I don't. Does anyone have a lockpick?
What do I have?
Adafine does.
I believe so, because I'm a rogue or something.
Yeah, she's a rogue.
All right, if you want to try to pick the lock,
Pick that lock.
What did I roll
She
for
said
that?
she said yes. What does she have to roll?
give me a sleight of hand check.
Math.
23.
23.
Okay. So you start working your basic lock picks. You hear, a click for the first lock, another click for the second lock. You try the door, there's still something else holding it. You've got the locks. Now you assume that the only other thing that could be keeping this still shut is it's barred on the other side. Lock pick won't kind of do that for you.
What
Anybody
is
have-
it?
Blast it with some magical powers.
Oh, settle down there, Texas. Jesus.
I actually agree. I think that's the next thing to do.
Is what?
Battering ram it with either a giant hammer or magic. Preferably from a distance.
Chiron, he looks around. He goes, "Well, this is either where you come in, little fella, looking at Fatu." He goes, and he looks at or Tenzo. He goes, or maybe your staff's got something up its sleeve.
I reach down the back of my pants and go, I could just call the rats in. Which is a joke. This motherfucker. Blew it out again.
I pull out my war hammer, and I say, I can knock this bitch down.
Devonian backs away like 10 paces.
I walk next to the door, and I take the hammer, and I look at Tinzo. I'm like, just say when.
Hold on, I think I might be able to open it.
One gold piece says he can't.
Let the dwarf smash something.
Well, I'd rather us be safe, so I'm going to use knock on this door, and it says choose an object that you can see within range. The object can be a door, a box, a chest, or a set of manacles, a padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. A target that is held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked.
Those specific words.
So
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and tap the ground with the staff twice, and it should open.
Okay. Fatu, you swing back to to lay into this door.
I swing back. I look at Infi and I go, "This is for you, babe." And wink at her.
And as you swing back, you watch as the door kind of like shudders from as Tenzo's casting, like does his spell, and you hear what sounds like a giant bar, like metal bar, slam into the ground on the other side.
You scared it.
He did it.
I look at the door and I say, "Fuck you."
I just look at Fatu. Sorry, bud.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I go, I know you really wanted to smash that door. You know how
Fuck you, pussy.
All right. This, so the door is unlocked because of Enothine. The bar is gone.
I
Now,
check.
away.
I detect magic one more time again.
There's no magic on the door,
All right.
but it's still, from what Kavonian saw, it's rigged to some extent. You don't know to what though.
Yeah.
All right.
I say, everybody back away from the door. Let Tenzo do his thing.
I guess I scan. Don't see anything.
Are you going to telekinesis it open?
Oh, it just slightly opened. I thought it would just open.
It didn't. No, it didn't open. Everything's. It's still shut. But now, like you believe you can open it at this point. From whatever means you plan on doing it, you believe you can open the door with you can open the door.
You want me to kick the door open?
Yes.
I'll kick the door open right
Do
now.
it.
Do you
Honestly,
kick it open?
Just do it. Just do it.
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh my.
Go for it, Fatu.
He needed to smash something.
All right,
And then-
you boot the door open. As you kick it, the door goes flying open. The traps and that were rigged to it set off nothing dangerous to you in the sense of the immediacy, but you immediately start hearing the ever-growing sound of bells ringing, like ding 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 ding.
Shit.
I didn't do it.
He's like, do we go forward or do we go back? Do we go forward or do we go back? Do we go in? Do we go out? What do we do? Just go, go, go. And he starts, Kavonian just runs into the door.
Runs through the door.
Yeah.
All right, so you're all going into the dungeons.
Yeah.
I am, at least.
I'm gonna
Okay.
look at the map. I'm gonna look at the map and see if that was the right way to go.
Kavonian, as you run into the dungeons, give me a quick perception check.
Okie dokie. That's a good one. 28.
28.
I rolled a 17 and I have a plus 11.
Cool. As you run in, you hear the sound of the bells, but you also begin to hear this crackling, sizzling sound. Like and it's growing and getting closer, and you realize it's a fuse.
Can I see it?
No, you hear it.
I turn around and I run back towards the door. Everybody, go, go, go.
Does the Mission Impossible song play along
Of
with
course.
it?
Of course.
So hold on, is I want to say, is everybody in the dungeon at this point?
No,
No.
no.
I think I was the only one that went in.
I did not go to follow him. He ran off running.
Did anybody else go in?
I don't know, because wait, so he ran. How far did he run in?
I'd probably say 20 feet or so into the dungeon, because he, running, however far he can go in a matter of seconds.
Well, then I guess he went in without us.
I panicked.
So,
Alright.
so this is the current events. Fatu, kaboom! Ring, 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 ring. Kivonian running in. Ring, 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 ring. Kivonian turning around, going, "Go back!" Anybody else? Kivonian, you're the only one who's in the dungeon still at this point. Anybody else? I'm going to need you guys to make dex saves.
I don't have to make a dex save?
No, because you're not in the tunnel as the explosives go off.
I thought they were in the tunnel that I was in.
I think me and her follow Kevin in.
Yeah,
'cause
I follow.
He just
closest
pushed me in.
behind.
17.
So
23.
23. All right, that's. And let me roll for Laura since she's done. And she's good. All right. So you see Kivonian like turns her running back towards you. Fatu, you and Inafine and Ruckus are, you've stepped in, so you don't have to roll. As Kivonian's running back to you, you hear at the last second the sound of the fuse as it enters the tunnel. And there's a massive explosion probably 30 feet behind everybody, caving in the tunnel that you just came through.
So then I guess we start running in then.
Yeah, it's like boom, kush, 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 kush. Everything's like just pancaking towards you.
Does Kivonian see this from where he is?
Oh yeah, you can see it.
All right, I yell, "Never mind, come this way!" And I turn around and I run back.
Yeah, I start darting. I dart through the door.
All right. Now you're all in the dungeons.
Full sprint.
Full sprint. Bells are still going off. Massive explosion. Your existence here is not going unnoticed.
Yeah.
Monster exploded. Okay. Are we seeing any change in the tunnel yet? Has the explosion?
No, you're out of the tunnels. You're in the dungeons.
Oh, has the explosion stopped?
Yeah, it stopped once the tunnel ended. Like you cannot go back the way you came.
And the bells are still going off.
Yep.
All right,
They're starting to die down, but the alarm in that sense has been triggered.
So what do we see? What are we seeing immediately around us?
You see, you're probably in the oldest part of the dungeon. The closest cells to you are empty. They're just barred cells. You can see right into them. There's nobody in them. As you start making your way farther in, you're noticing cells with like just hay on the floor, multiple people in each cell. There's some cells that have just emaciated bodies. People haven't been fed in days, and they died. You see other cells with people hanging from the walls, chained up. You like these are just for like the basic citizens. Just the people of the city. You see down one corridor a row of just cell doors. You don't see, they're not barred like cages. They're like, you know what I mean? Like you would have to go up to the doors to see what's in them.
Do we hear anybody responding to the alarms yet?
You hear what you would consider the very faint sounds of footsteps from way above you.
How secure do these cell doors look?
They are barred on the outside, and they have big padlocks on them.
I walk up to one of the cells that you said I have to walk up to see in, and I want to just start seeing if I can see the heroes.
The first door you walk up to, you look inside, and you don't see anybody immediately inside.
Go to the next one.
You look inside, you see Goldmoon.
Goldie! Guys, Goldie's here!
she's just sitting on the floor in the corner. She looks up. She goes, Kavonian?
Oh my God, you remember me. That's amazing.
She's like, oh my God, where have you been?
No time to explain. We've got to get you out of here. Do you know where the others are?
She goes, as far as I know, we're all in these rooms.
I turn to the group. I say, spread out. Check the other cells and see if you can find the rest of them. We don't have a lot of time.
All right, I looked for other cells too now.
All right. Are you and Enophine sticking together looking in cells?
Yes.
All right, Kaywin, are you looking in other cells?
No,
Ruckus
I'm
checks
looking
it
out for
over.
imminent danger.
I tap the staff to open the door for her, wherever she is, for Gold Moon.
You don't have to do anything with this. You can legitimately, like, Fatu could hammer these locks with it, knock the locks off. You can lift up the bars, or if you want to lift up the bars with your staff, it's whatever.
Okay.
But you guys are in control of the doors at this point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
So Fatu, you go across from where Kavonian is. You see Sturm in a cell by himself. He's chained up to the wall.
Sturmy, what are you doing there?
Oh my god.
How goes it, good friend?
Gotta get you down out of those chains, big guy.
Oh, I'd appreciate it. Times have been much better than now.
Come on, babe.
Kavonian goes, hopefully they're not about to get worse.
I go to
Tinzo,
Gold Moon.
do you go looking?
Yeah, I asked Gold Moon, do you remember where they had Caramon by any chance?
She goes, at the end, she goes, I believe he's around the corner.
So I guess I go into that.
Yeah,
direction
like,
wherever.
so Kavonian, like, Kaywin's looking back the way you guys came, watching that way. Kavonian's opening the door with Gold Moon in it. Chiron's at the cell next to him. That's got Tasselhoff in it.
Real quick.
Fatu and Enophine, they get Sturm and they go to the next cell. It's got Tanis in it. Tinzo, you go past that. You go around the corner. As you turn the corner, you see one last door, and standing in front of it is that cloaked figure again.
So I get pissed. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So I start running towards it.
As you start running towards it, the figure just kind of turns to you, just holds up one finger and just waves it, and once again disappears.
While he's doing that, Kavonian yells to Kaywin. He says, while you're looking out for our backs, check the map and find the next exit out of here.
Okay.
So with my confusion, I guess I just shake it off and I start walking to the cell.
As you look in, you see Caramon kind of chained up on the wall. His back is to you, and his back has been carved up. Like, he has been tortured.
So I yell out, Chiron, get your ass over here.
Pump the brakes.
And that's that.
Kavonian, you hear from the first cell you looked in, you just hear a voice come out like, what the fuck am I? Chopped liver?
Rosie?
Yeah, it's Flint, the dwarf.
All right.
Starts banging on the lower part of the door. Get me out of here! Enough of this is bullshit.
I say, oh, sorry, I didn't see you down there. And I start trying to open the door.
You get the door open. He's just disheveled. He's just like, he's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Go back to Kaywin, help him find the exit.
He walks up to you. He walks up to Kaywin. They're both looking at the map. Kaywin, give me another survival check.
Make it a good one.
+9 and it's
Dang,
actually no +10 rather. Sorry,
even better.
that's a 19.
Nice.
All right. As you're looking at the map, you know that this is an obvious dot on the map, so it's safe to assume that while you came in one way that you can no longer get out, that there's other means to get out. But the map being as crude as it is, it does not give you exacts on where said entrances and such are inside the building. You just know that they're coming from different areas. So you guys came in from the northeast side. You would know that there's another means to get out, supposedly on the southeast, southwest, and northwest.
Why
But
would
you
say the
you
Northwest
don't
would be
know the
east?
exact path to get to them because you don't have a map of the building.
Have we gotten everybody?
The footsteps are getting closer.
Have we gotten everybody out of their cells yet?
Yes. At this point, Tenzo's got the door to Caramon's cell open. He's gotten him free from the shackles. Chiron walks in. He's like, "For the love of God, jeez, what'd they do to you?"
Like,
And Caramon's just he's trying to keep good spirits, but he seems to be moderately broken.
I try to kind of comfort him. Like, it's okay, pal. We're gonna get you better. Don't worry, we got you.
He looks at you. He goes, "So everything's okay?" He goes, "Is that what you told Raceland?" He kind of just shoves past you and starts walking down the hall, stumbling.
So then I'm like, I just look at Chiron and I'm like, can you just help him?
Chiron's like, "The fuck am I supposed to do?" Jesus.
Just heal his wounds.
They don't have any of their gear. Their gear was not in their rooms, so you don't know where their gear is. Footsteps are getting closer and closer.
I think right now we need to focus on getting out of here first. Kavonian runs to Kaywin. Do you have an idea where we need to go?
Northwest.
Lead on. And then I turn back toward Tinzo. Is Tinzo close?
Yeah,
He's
I think so.
he's probably 15 feet behind you at this point or so.
Okay. I jog over to Tinzo and I go, on the off chance, what's the chance that you can portal us out of here somehow?
I don't know. I could try,
I
but
think it might be worth it.
How far does the dimension door? How many people can you take through it?
I think it's only him and one other person.
yeah, it's me and one other person.
Okay. Do you have any other teleport spells that are easily cast? Oh, let me pull your character sheet up myself.
You haven't actually made like a portal, right? Only Raceland did that, and the baddie so far.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
but you're supposed to be learning. This could be one of those breakthrough moments.
I don't have anything equipped for the entire group. Do I know of a spell? Probably, but I don't have that currently equipped.
I mean, you've
What
got if we're being honest, the only real thing that you could quickly cast would be plane shift to send you to another realm of another plane of existence.
Is that what I have on? No.
That's on the staff.
Oh, it's on the stat. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's see.
I rather like our chances finding the tunnel. We've already gone through enough planes of existence.
Well,
So are you guys gonna start running, trying like?
Make a bunch of
So, all right,
perception.
so Kaywin goes. Kaywin says it's somewhere in the northwest. You know, do you explain like the only like the maps, the locations of which, like
I just
where
say
the
I just say the
exit-
northwest. I keep all vital information to myself.
Flint, as Flint's looking at the map, he's like, "Well, wait, hold on a second. I think Nat 20.
Nice.
That's actually fucking perfect." He goes, he Flint's like, "Hold on." He goes, he looks back at the group. He's like, "Guys," he goes, "that door in the torture chamber." He goes, "That's a way out."
Well, that sounds pleasant.
He
Let's
looks
go.
at you- He looks at you. He's like, pleasant. Is that a fucking joke?
I look towards Spot too. I go, do dwarves not get sarcasm?
He's like,
They're skilled in it.
he looks at you. He's like, "Fella, do you know what we've been through?"
I'm trying to think of a witty remark.
Yeah.
Take a
Yeah.
wild
While
guess.
you're sitting there thinking of witty remarks, he goes, "You enjoy putting things up your ass, right?"
I looked right at him and I went, "We all died a day ago."
He goes, "What?"
Yeah, let's muddle that while we find this tunnel, and then I go towards the torture chamber.
Yeah, he's like, "Let's go. Follow me." Flint's leading the way.
All right.
You got like the footsteps. You're hearing tons of footsteps. You are, like like there's gonna be tons of soldiers on your ass soon. As you're running out of there, Tinzo, you're the last one. As you are, give me, you know what? Give me one last perception check, Tinzo. DC 20.
19.
Oof. So as you're leaving the hallway with where you just kind of got everybody out, as you turn the corner and you're turning, you think you caught a glimpse of a figure in the hallway, but as you try, like, kind of turn your head to, like, there's nothing there. Like the hallway you were just in. You're all running. At this point, the pass without a trace is kind of pointless, other than that's a pointless spell at this point. All right, so you're running. Everything's getting closer. You end up in the torture chamber. You see this massive door that Flint was talking about. Does
Okay.
somebody want to?
I want to check to see if it has any traps, or first off, let's check if it's locked, and I also want to see if it's trapped.
Give me a perception check.
Damn it.
Or an investigation check, whatever you want.
We'll go with perception. Yeah, I got a +11 on perception. So, oops.
I use detect magic again. I'm just always going to keep detecting.
And I got a 17.
You got a 17?
Yeah.
All right. On a 17, you immediately, like, you're coming up to it. You can the door itself looks welded shut.
Shit.
It is still rigged. On the off chance it is ever pried or forced open with similar shit. But it appears to you that this sucker is fucking welded shut.
Is it a trap that I could at least dismantle?
Yeah, it's a series of like strings attached. That if the door were to ever open, it would pop and then pull it, bring a ring, so you can just cut the
Okay.
string.
So I would like to at least cut the strings and dismantle
Got
the
it.
trap. All right, and then I turn to Fatu and I say, "It looks like it's your opportunity to smash, buddy."
Tinzo, on the detect magic, you don't detect anything on the door, but you feel an immense magical pressure that's coming down from the upper levels of this castle in a very, very quickly.
I just start saying something's not right. Something doesn't feel remotely good at all in this area. Something's coming.
Okay. Fatu, give me. Are you gonna try to blast the door open with a hammer? First off, give me a. Are you gonna rage? All right. First, I need you to give me a straight up strength check to see how much of your pure strength you are putting into this fucking door. Before I even have you roll the athletics check.
Hopefully, it's a nat 20 strength. May it be.
I already have a number in my head of what he's got to.
Smash it. Let's murderize them.
27.
27.
Okay. I'm gonna. You know what? I set the internal DC in my head of what kind of strength number you would have to hit to be able to based on now your athletics check to put enough force. I set it at 25.
Awesome.
So now here comes the even more difficult one. Now you're gonna hit as long as you roll high enough on this athletics check. You are gonna hit this thing with enough force to break welds. All right. What's your plus to athletics?
+9.
All right.
You're a nimble dwarf.
Hold on, you have advantage because you're raging.
What a fair DM. What a fair DM.
That would be a 29.
Nat 20?
That's right, boys.
Attaboy. All right, so you rear back, and in pure worry for your lady and unborn child, you put every ounce of strength in your body into this hammer swing, and you come down. Boom! Your the first shot immediately shatters all the old welds on the top corner. Like boom, the door literally that top right corner just bends in from how hard you hit it. You can see like the darkness of the tunnel. I'm gonna need you to give me. Oh fuck! You know what? Actually, fuck on a nat 20. You've almost knocked the door completely off its hinges. The door is still standing there, but it is standing there. It's standing in your way, held together by 2 inches of weld. Still, I need you to give me one more athletics, one more hit with it, one more athletics check. Still at advantage because you're still raging.
Uh, 27 again.
27. All right. So your second shot, boom! The final welds explode, like they explode open. The door goes flying open into the tunnel. the fact that Kivonian cut the alarms. Nothing in that sense. Nothing goes off. No bells. No nothing. You don't hear a fuse.
Does a rush of air come through the tunnel and blow through my hair like I'm Fabio?
Yes. Like so in rapid succession, your first shot is just this, like, you hit, and the sheer force that you've generated causes a boof. Everybody behind you is just like the old Maxwell commercials. The guy sitting in his chair.
Oh, I don't want to speak on behalf of Inafine, but I'm sure her loins are burning for me
Oh,
right
absolutely.
And then so it's like boom. Everybody's like whoa, and then you're goosh, and the door goes flying open. Rush of air. Your hair's blowing behind you. And you just gotta turn around like, let's go. As you all start running into the tunnel, you hear the footsteps behind you. Like these soldiers and everybody, they start entering like the far edge of the room that you're in.
I cast Thunderwave behind us at the door. My thinking is that the arch is already a little weakened by Fatu smashing it with the hammer, and my intent is to collapse the tunnel behind us.
Okay.
I will cast Thunderwave. I guess that's in this form. It's really more up to you, unless you want me to roll the damage for it on the arch.
Roll damage.
All right, it is 2d8. Oh, at higher levels. Is this going to be like a high level thing to collapse it, or is it not going to take that much effort?
Well, what level are you casting it at to begin with?
Well, I was gonna do it at like 4th level.
Does that give you an extra D8?
Let me see. Thunder Wave at higher levels. So using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot above 1st. So it would be 3 extra d8s on top of the 2. So 5 total.
On a 4th level? Yeah, cast it at 4th level. Go ahead.
Okay. So that's 5 d8s. Where the fuck are my d8s? I never remember the shapes and which one is which. That's got a 9 on it, so that's not a d8.
They're the ones that look like this.
The regular
Square.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
they look like
the
the Final
diamond.
Fantasy crystals.
The diamond.
I always go with a
Oh, yeah.
plumb bob.
That's okay. So 5 d8s. Okay. I've got 3. Then a 1, so 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14. 17 total.
All right. So Fatu blasts the door open. You all start everybody's running in. You see and hear the soldiers kind of running into the room behind you. As you all enter the tunnel, Kivonian, you let everybody pass when you're probably about 50 feet in. You see these guys approaching the entrance to the tunnel. You cast Thunderwave. Boof. All the soldiers in the immediate vicinity of the entrance of the tunnel are blown back prone. Bam. And the damage and the force of everything between Fatu's hammer shots and your Thunderwave, the entrance caves in.
Yeah.
Before you see that happen, you do hear, just not faint but not like super loud, you just kind of hear like a loud, "I want that lance."
Did it sound like a dragon talking?
It sounded, it wasn't as reptilian as it was just like evil.
Okay.
Like it sounded like somebody screaming it.
Okay. I yell up to Kaywin. I go, Kaywin, somebody knows about the lance. Find us the closest exit.
I look at the map. I look around.
Give me one more survival check.
Survive. Survive.
Survive!
Repeat shows pile.
You think about Lance dangling his dice on your forehead. That's an 18.
Did I just hit? What was it?
On an 18. All right. As you're looking at the map, you've traveled south. You found the southwest exit. You see that the closest exit, like the closest dot on the map, is right around here, like 2-ish blocks away from the castle. Is
So
that
do
where you
you
guys
lead the
start heading?
Do you lead the way?
I say out loud. Once we're out there, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be dragons flying around.
So maybe look for an exit further outside of town. I mean, I'm thinking we know we're in the tunnel, so we need to get out as fast as possible.
I'm just thinking, once we're out in that open, what do we do?
Find a building and hide again.
Yeah, so I try and find the quickest way out, and then I relay that information.
That's the quickest exit.
Yeah.
That's the closest exit.
So I relay that information to the group and turn around and start running.
All right, so you start. You're running. You're.
And I
bup, bup,
was
bup, bup, bup.
Running.
You approach where on the map says the exit is. You don't see any stairs leading up to any buildings or anything, any doors. What you do see, as you look above you, the manhole cover.
Just like the turtles.
Yep. And you see attached to the wall leading down from it is a ladder.
Look at Tinzo, and I put my fist up. Let's see who goes first.
I just go.
Yeah, Chiron just walks through. He's like, "Fuck this! Get me out of the sewers." He climbs up, pops open the manhole, looks out, and there's plenty of. This is the heart of the city. There's people everywhere. And so he slides the manhole cover off, and he crawls out into the street. You guys follow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I try to help Caramon out just to see what he's gonna do. I reach out.
As he gets to the top and you reach out, he just smacks your hand away. He's just I can fucking kill myself.
So I'm like, all right.
Now, you guys emerging from the sewers does not go unnoticed. People, immediately just standing up, looking around, you see people because you're no longer passed without a trace. You're no longer, you're all kind of, you have a bunch of half-naked, disheveled, tortured people with you. And people immediately start beelining back towards the castle. And they're people are going back towards the castle. People are running in different directions, obviously looking for soldiers. And yes, as you come out and you see this, you do immediately hear the sounds of dragons screeching.
So, out of character, what do we say about me opening portals again? It's like I know how to do it, but I just haven't done it.
You haven't done it yet, so you don't know how long it would take you to successfully open a portal. And you would have to roll. Yeah, you would right now. The success of it is based on a pure Arcana check.
Okay.
Like, I know the DC I'm setting for you to just on a regular roll. Now, if you rush it, it's going to be at disadvantage. But yeah, like because you're rushing a spell you've never done before. Now, so you're standing in the street. You hear the dragons. You see the people running off. You guys, the whole lot of you stand out.
Oh
How much-
no!
That's such a good meme.
No!
Um, I look
Tenzo,
toward
do
the.
you want to try? Do you want to try to open a portal, Tenzo?
I'm trying to see what would be the more logical way in doing it. Because you said I need time.
You don't know. That's the thing. You don't know how long it takes. You don't know how long it would take you because you don't know where you're heading. You don't mean you don't know where you're trying to go to. You're not.
mhm.
You mean at least you're not right now. You don't. You're like you don't have a plan. I'd say.
Yeah.
Cavonian
You
looks
can you can
for
certainly try. I'm not trying to take anything away from you.
So I'm kind of just thinking. All right, the place in my head is Solace,
Okay.
and I'm thinking hey, if there's a like basically for my character, I'm like if there's any time right now to be there, it'd be now to get out of here. So what?
he needs
What?
time, right? Cavonian looks for the. Is there? Are we nearby like a house?
You as you guys like look around, you realize you are in a major intersection. Like this manhole cover was in the middle of an intersection. You are out in the open.
I run towards the nearest front door to a house and try to open it or barge into it, and I motion everyone to follow.
The closest buildings to you are look to be all forms of like stores or like taverns. There are people
Yes.
standing in the doorways of all of these. Like, depending on which direction you decide to run into, like north, southeast, or west.
I'm looking for something that will give us the semi privacy and whatever time we're going to need for him to get a portal going. Like, is there an abandoned house? Is there an abandoned alleyway?
You don't know.
I would like to know.
Give me a perception check, man.
Okay. $18.
All right. As you look at the different buildings in your immediate vicinity, the ones with people standing in the doorways, you see a tavern, you see a couple large men standing in the doorway, kind of pointing and looking at the parties. You see what looks like a large shop. The owner in which he's in his door. He steps inside, closes his door. Across from that, you see what looks to be some other kind of, let's say, like a fine like women's clothing shop. Same thing. Close the door. The last one, you see like the door's already closed. Somebody's peeking out of the window, and then they immediately covered it all up. Nobody wants any part of you. The rest of it seems to be people standing in front of closed doors, in front of buildings. You can see what looks like an alleyway closer towards the castle, but that doesn't do you any good.
Should we go back in the sewers?
No, I guess I mean because we're out in the open, people are gonna know that we're gonna go going back into the sewers. Uh, I can try to open a portal.
Okay, give me an Arcana check at disadvantage. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure it's Arcana. Yeah, Arcana check at disadvantage. you kind of have to rush it at this point.
That is, hold on. First one is 18 plus 8.
I'd like to give him. Can I give him a point of bardic inspiration?
Go ahead.
All right. So whatever you do, you can do a 1d10 extra to it.
All right. Damn. 36 or 38.
Well, it'd be the 36
Yeah.
plus.
So you want to use that bardic? You can do just roll a d10.
Well, that's what I was using.
Huh.
Right? Yeah, because either one, it would. If I use it, then it's either I get a 36 or a 38.
Well, it's not an automatic 10. You have to roll a d10.
Oh, I
you
roll
have
it.
to roll it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
Yeah.
a 10 on top.
Whatever your
No,
lower.
no.
Yeah, no. So whatever your lower one was, roll a d10, and then you can add that to it.
Well, because without it, right now I'm at 20. The lowest one is a 26. The other one I rolled is a 28 because I had a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh.
All right, so it's a 26.
Mhm.
All right, roll the bardic. Roll a d10 on the 26.
That is a 17.
What?
17? You said
How you
roll.
do 17 on
No,
a d10?
roll a d10.
Oh. Thought you
Yeah.
said what's that one? Hold on.
That's pretty awesome. You got 17 on a dice.
I was like, what the fuck?
What luck?
Oh, you're rolling that very rare 20-sided d10.
What's this one? That's it. All right. That one is 5.
So 31. Okay. So you immediately, you're just like, you recall everything up that you've learned, and that you've been, every piece of knowledge that's been forced into your head about opening portals. Focus on Solace. You focus on everything going on around you. And like you're holding your staff and you're focusing on the spell, and you watch as the area like 10 feet in front of you, the air begins to ripple, like blue electrical crackling, and you just watch as the rippling air just forms as a portal opens. Like you see just the blue energy, and you're just whew. And like you've got a fully formed portal in front of you. And almost as soon as you open it up and you've got it completely formed, you sense a magical force that's not yours, that all of a sudden just poof, it dissipates. It's gone.
Fucking fist and donkeys.
And then as you're like, wait, what? You're like, everybody saw it. Like everybody in the street, everybody in the party, they saw it. Like you did it. You succeeded. So you have no idea what's going on. You hear the dragons behind you. You hear like soldiers yelling. You watch as suddenly a different portal opens up. And through it walks familiar face that you don't want to see. Out of it walks, it's Haster. And he looks at you and he's like, never thought you would have nailed it your first try. And he's standing in the street, and he's looking at you, and he's just full of surprises. You all just won't die. He's looking at the others. He's looking at Caramon and Sturm. He goes, I fed you to them on a golden platter, and they just wouldn't kill you. Looking for that damn brother of yours. And he points at Fatu's, the bag on, like, hanging from Fatu's waist, and he goes, and that damn lance. He's looking around. He goes, you don't even know what you have.
Is the portal behind him still open?
No, it's closed. As
Okay.
soon as he emerged from it, it closed behind him.
Okay.
He's looking at you. He goes, you don't even know what you have. You don't know its significance. You don't know its role and what's going on.
Get us out of here and we can have the time to figure it out.
He looks at you. He goes, he's like, that offer's off the table. He goes, he's like, you know my price and you won't pay it. He goes, so now my options are I can let them, pointing up to the dragons flying in, I can let them kill you. And I can take it. He goes, or I can kill you and take it.
He's talking about the Dragonlance?
Yeah.
Oh.
He goes and he looks past you, Chinzo, and you, Kavonia. He looks at Fatu and Enafine. He goes, and I know what happens when you all die. He goes, I know where you. He's like, I know where you wake up. He's like, you're not. He's like, I will meet you there if the dragons kill you. And he starts like kind of just focusing and you hear the dragons land on the street behind you. You see Lord Saw sitting on top of his massive ancient dragon. And he's just like, give me the lance.
So Fiston Donalis is doing something, like he's powering something up?
Nope, that's hate. You're looking at Haster.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like powering up something, almost like a Kamehameha going on.
He's working on something. You don't know what.
I turn toward Lord Soth and I say, he has it. And I point at Haster.
Give me a deception check at disadvantage.
Where the hell is it? All right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, God damn it.
Does Enafine react to Haster at all?
Oh, she's pit. Like she has her and the baby are, but he's pure evil. So they're, I mean, well, not pure evil, but like with everything going on, she is not happy.
My lowest of the two came to a 15.
Okay. Soth looks at you. He's like, boy, I am no fool. I know what you have. He goes, he's like, you could have lived. Now I'll take it from your charred corpse. And his dragon begins to rear up. And as it goes, as you watch as Haster, he opens his hands, casts something. Enafine, you immediately feel something, like you feel this weird magical aura affecting your insides. You don't feel it's not painful, you don't feel like anything's harming you, but everything that was going on, it feels like it's just null and void right now. Like nothing's going on. And you immediately, after feeling that, you get an immediate sense of dread. Not for the baby, but that maybe whatever's about to happen, like whatever just happened, you might not wake up.
Like if we're killed here right now?
Yeah. The dragon rears its head back, and as it goes to bleh, suddenly time stops. You're all still able to move. You look at Tenzo. Wasn't him.
I say it out loud too. I'm like, that's not me, guys.
So we're all moving, but the dragons and Haster is
Even Haster is in his own kind of like, you look back at Haster and he's kind of just like, he swings out and he hits like an invisible wall. And then from out of what seems to be purely thin air next to him, the cloaked figure appears.
I knew it.
And you just hear a very raspy voice say, "You have something I want."
Batista, stop.
Who the hell's this now?
Give me what I want! Give me what I want!
He said, "I'm gonna eat."
You know what I want! Give it to me!
It's the same cloaked figure that they believe to be Fiston Donalus.
I start charging at him because I know, like, that triggers me. That triggers Tenzo. So I start running at him and I try to do Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Well, because, I'm like, I want to just destroy him. That's my...
I reach out.
What?
I reach out and I grab Tenzo and I stop him. I say, he's the only thing keeping that dragon and this piece of shit from killing us right now. Just wait a second.
I'm like, I know, but he's the one that killed Raceland.
We have to work through this in order to.
So in the grand scheme of things, you're all kind of standing around scattered. The closest people to him right now, to this cloaked figure, are Kavonian and Tenzo. Behind them, you've got Chiron, Nori. Right behind Chiron, you've got Fatu and Inafine. Scattered around, around there in that sense, is like the rest of, like, most of the other members of the party. Like, you got Sturm, you got Tanis, you got Flynn, Tess. Behind Fatu and Inafine is Caramon. Like, he's the closest one to the dragon. Because he was trying to stay away from Tenzo. So he's looking, he's like, "You have something I want." And he starts walking towards you. He walks right in between Kavonian and Tenzo, walks right by you both.
Fiston Donalus is doing this.
The cloak figure is, Fiston Donalus is walking by. He walks right up to Fatu and Inafine. And then he just kind of with his hands, and you both just feel this force push you away from each other. And he walks up to Caramon, and Caramon's like just balled fists. Caramon rears up, goes to throw a punch at him, and fucking boom, levels him. knocks him on his ass. And then he grabs him, he picks him up. As he picks him up, the hood on the cloak comes off. And they're standing there in front of you is Raceland.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to end it tonight.
Glad I stopped you, Tenta.
Oh no, I knew it was him the whole fucking time. Yeah, their story is it's pretty fucked up.
Yes.
It's a pretty good one though.
What's that from?
Dragonlance.
Dragonlance. All the like the dragons of Autumn Twilight and the dragons of like Winters. There's a bunch of stories. There's
Is it a game? Or is it like a
no, it's a series of books, of fantasy books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like the Magere brothers story is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Raceland especially is probably one of my favorite fantasy characters ever.
I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it
he's a
because
ridiculous
Brandon's
wizard.
asleep, Laura's asleep. I'll catch them up next time.
I think Brandon turned into a brick wall.
I know.
He looked like Zordon for a second. It was all just his head.
He got real close.
Rangers!
Find 5 teenagers with attitude. Oh man. You think that wouldn't be so hard to find in the 90s? All right.
People with attitude.
Is he still alive?
So he's gonna be live until he wakes up.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
Is he still alive?
He's gonna be live until he wakes up. He can't turn off.
His first sleep stream.
Yeah, call him.
Yeah.
No, we'll figure it out. All right.
He's gonna have a 28-hour fucking live stream.
I almost want to do that just
I know, just to let him
First episode of
wake up.
2020 ever.
I'm gonna jump back in 3 hours and be like, "You still there?"
I'm sure I'll wake up.
Penis.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll wake up to pee and see. All right, guys, take it easy.
All right.
What are we gonna do next week, or are we gonna do 2 weeks like we wanted?
I can actually do next week. So if you want, we can play next week. After that, I will notify you guys during the week of when else I can play this month.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm free next Friday.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Good night.
See you.
See you.
See you.